Welcome to MAPE's Weekly Update. We're here today with MAPE's Negotiations co-chairs, Mike Landers and Sandy Dunn. Thank you both for taking time out of your busy schedule today to join us for MAPE's Weekly Update. I have a couple questions for each of you regarding the 2013-2015 MAPE contract. Mike, can you tell us what the goal of the negotiations team is?
The goal of the negotiations team is to advocate for a contract that will fairly compensate our members and provide adequate and fair terms and working conditions on a daily basis. A decision-making process is to develop contract proposals based on the input we receive from our members through the surveys, member input forms, and the input we've received from the BAs. And we do this within the context of the general economic environment and the political environment that we're experiencing at the moment in the state.
What is the process the team uses to create language proposals?
We've looked at the member surveys, we've looked at the member input forms, and we've looked at the business agent input forms. We put them together and vetted them through the 21 members of our team. We put them together in categories based on the articles in our contract, and then we have looked through them carefully and read every one of them to make sure that we could put proposals together that we can use to go forward in our contract. It's a very deliberate and methodical process in which our team members, the small teams and the large team, will look at the data and put together the proposals that will benefit our membership.
Why is this important?
This is important because we're developing language for proposals that we will share with the governor's team. And it's really important to make sure that our contract proposals are member-driven and member-focused. And that's what this accomplishes.
Sandy, can you tell us what the negotiating team's been working on this week?
Well, our negotiations team reconvened. We've been analyzing the surveys and the input forms from our membership, from the BAs, and from our fee payers.
What's contained in each negotiations survey?
Well, in our survey we have two specific parts. First is the statistical analysis that we use that's based on the questions that you answered in the survey. Second is the comments that the members send in. We have found this information extremely invaluable for us to write our proposals and to make sure that we are meeting the members' needs when we are developing our contract negotiations. Thank you so much for all you do for us to make our teams work easier by giving us the information we need to develop those proposals.
Mike, what are language proposals?
Language proposals are ideas to correct language that's been problematical in administering the contract over the last 2 years, to improve certain areas, and also to take into account changes that have occurred in the workplace, such as technological developments, things like telecommuting. We develop language that will deal with those things as we are focused on the future.
When will you be meeting with the governor's team?
The date for our first meeting with the governor's team is yet to be determined. We will definitely keep you all posted.
Mike, speaking about keeping members posted, what should our members know about their regional negotiations team member?
Members should know that they're more than welcome to talk to their regional and their local negotiations committee members and express their ideas so these ideas can be carried back to the statewide team.
Thank you both for taking time out of your busy negotiation schedule today to join us for the weekly update. I know you got to get back to the table, so I appreciate all the time that you took for us today. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Richard.
One of the important projects that we're working on in the Minnesota House this session is the state contract for Minnesota's employees. And it's moving through the House, and we know we need to move it quickly because you've waited a long time for this contract. We hope to hear it on the floor soon. Representative Leon Lilly is moving it through the committee process. We expect one more stop in committees and then off to the floor and to the governor's desk for signature. We know it's important for your lives and for your families, and we're going to get that job done soon.
This week down at the Capitol, there's been quite a few hearings on the MAPE contract. First of all, in the House, there's been one hearing. The MAPE contract has passed the Labor, Workplace, and Regulated Industries Committee. It has one additional stop in the State Government Finance and Veterans Affairs Committee, and then it will go to the House floor for a final vote. In the Senate, it's passed two committees. It's passed the State and Local Government Committee. It has also passed the State Departments and Veterans Committee. It has one final stop on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, in the full Finance Committee in the Senate at 5 o'clock in room 123 of the Capitol. Feel free to join us for that final hearing in the Senate. It will then go to the Senate floor for a final vote. Once those bodies both vote on the contract, that bill will go to the governor's desk for signature and final approval. If you're interested in finding out how the state's doing, tune in Tuesday, February 6th at 7 p.m. to hear Governor Dayton's State of the State address. It should be covered on all of your local news outlets, so feel free to tune into that. That's all for MAPE News this week. Be sure to follow us on our MAPE website, our Twitter feed, and MAPE's Facebook page for your up-to-the-minute news. Thank you again to Mike Landers and Sandy Dunn for joining us this week, and a special thanks to House Majority Leader Representative Erin Murphy for taking time out of her busy schedule to give us a contract update. Don't forget to go to the Team MAPE website and sign up for MAPE Day on the Hill on March 14th, where you'll have an opportunity to talk to your senator and state representative about the important work that you do for Minnesota. See you next week.